How y'all doing today? This is another video from your homeless friend Kai. I'm going to show you a simple and effective, cheap lighting solution for your RV or solar system. This is the 12-volt lighting system. Here I have a 12-volt l.e.d. cob light. I'll put a link in the description for them. I have soldered on some the wire that you find inside a Cat 5 cable. It's cheap. I usually find them in a dumpster. Here I have a heatsink. I'll put a link in the description for these. They're less than $1 a piece for the lights, less than $1 a piece for the heat sinks. I am mounting it on a bicycle spoke. I took off a 20-inch rim because I bent my rim on my trailer and I figured I would use the spokes. I have a block of wood. This one I found in a dumpster to mount it. This one's going to be a little desk lamp. These are 10-watt l.e.d. cob lights. They effectively brightly light a 200 square foot area, but they light my entire one of them lights my entire 1,000-foot squat here fairly decently at night, so that I can find everything. And okay. Here we have thermal grease. This is a necessity between your heatsink and your cob light. And my application tool, which is a Q-tip with the end torn off to smear the thermal grease. So we're going to get started. First, you want to take in between the vents of the heatsink here, you slide in your bicycle spoke and push it in there pretty well. It locks in nicely. I'm going to put a little pressure on it, sink it down in there a bit, and then we apply our thermal grease. Just a little bit does it. You want to smear it over the entire surface of the heatsink. In as even layer as you can get. And the entire surface of the l.e.d. light. And as even a layer as you can get. And it's a pretty thin layer, but you want to make sure that there are no gaps in between your heatsink and your light. Then you place your heatsink and the back of your l.e.d. light together. Take your wires and line them up with the fins on the heatsink and twist them together so the wires tightly bind the l.e.d. light to the heatsink. Then you run your wires down your bicycle spoke, twisting them so that your wiring stays on the bicycle spoke. Attach your wooden block. I poked a hole in it with a nail so the bicycle spoke would thread in there fairly tightly. It's a very small nail. And then I am going to put a little bend in my bicycle spoke here. This is going to be a small desk lamp. And there you have it. A simple 12-volt LED light for, I don't know, around $3. That'll brightly light any area you want. You want to make sure to keep a cover on your thermal grease. This stuff does dry out. Give it 12 to 24 hours for the thermal paste to dry out and bond to your heatsink before you use it. Then you strip the ends of these wires and you can connect them into your 12-volt system. You probably want to add a switch. I use household switches here, and let me show you one that I already have hooked in to my system here. I just glued the wooden block to the wall up there. The wires run down to a regular household switch and over to my bus bar, which is rigged into my solar system here. This is the light itself turned on. And as you can see, it's pretty bright. It's equivalent to a 100-watt bulb. It only uses 10 watts of power. It's 100 watts for 10 hours, which will last you all night for the price of 1 hour with a 100-watt bulb, or the amount of power it would take from a 100-watt bulb. You can see on my system here, I have 13 volts. And it doesn't change when I turn the light switch on. Well, hold on, let me turn off the solar panels. Alright, let's let it settle in at 12.9 volts. Turn on the switch. Well, actually, it's difficult to tell. With the sun out right now, the solar system is bouncing around a bit. But anyway, usually at night it doesn't drop my battery, anything when I switch it on. But that's it. I will place links in the description for all the parts. Please hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. The more subscribers I have, the more possibility that YouTube will pay me for making videos. And give you a better close-up video or view of my little gas light here. And see. If you would like to support this or other projects, I'll place a link in the description to my GoFundMe campaign. Please, if you can spare it, donate. Like I said, I'm your homeless friend Kai, and it costs me money to make these projects, and I don't really have it to spare. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll come back to you soon with another project.